All right, sounds good, guys. So we're gonna get the party started up. So welcome, good morning to the Power Up and the Market Update. Welcome, welcome. It is May 15th, 2023. I'm very grateful and excited to be here with all of you. And first and foremost, I just wanted to wish all of the amazing mothers in this call. And for sure, all of us had a mother to be here. So happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. So just wanted to acknowledge the amazing mothers once again, and want to just get started up with the Power Up. I got some exciting stuff that we're going to be covering today. Updates, things that are happening with our company that are really exciting. And also I have an amazing conversation that's going to go into the law of the lid, which is really exciting, that I learned from an amazing book that I read a long time ago, which I was really present to. So just a little bit about Let's Grow Movement. We started off a little over 4 years ago with 3 amazing gals, and now we're over 2,200 strong in 28 different states, 9 countries, and we're continuing to expand with the greatest business partners. Case in point, this weekend we were out in Las Vegas and expanding with another powerful individual. So very, very excited to continue the expansion. And the vision is to become a global leader in the real estate industry by partnering with the most productive, innovative, purpose-driven leaders. We're dedicated to driving growth and success for our agents and teams and providing exceptional service to our clients, right? So that's the vision, right? Our goal as a company is to serve 21,000 families in 2023, volume to have over 10 billion closed, and to grow the organization to over 10,000 agent partners. So that's the goal. You should be reading your goals every single day, by the way. So make sure that you have your goals in front of you. This should be on your phone. This should be on your desktop. They should be laminated somewhere. They should be on your wall. My goals are on my wall, on my phone. I have them everywhere. And that's what you really want to do, because repetition, like my great mentor, Tony Robbins, says, repetition is the mother of skill, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. So you guys want to continue to have your goals in front of you at all times and read them twice a day, because I actually shared this. I've shared this a couple of times, but if you read your goals once a year, you have one opportunity for you to, be exposed to your vision. But what if you read them once a month? Now you got 12 more opportunities for you to be reminded of your goals. What if you did it once a week, right? Now you're talking about 48 reminders. What if you did it every single day? And what if you did it twice a day? That's over 700 times that you're exposed to your goal. So I know something about the brain that's called the reticular activating system. So the more that you remind yourself of what you are doing and where you're going, I really believe that the faster and more probabilities that you are going to get there, right? Because you can't get to where you're not knowing where to go. You need to know the direction. So powerful trainings as well, guys. We got 9 powerful trainings this week. Terry did email you guys over everything already via inbox. So we got some really exciting trainings that are being hosted, 9 total, all about productivity, lead generation, skill building, and content creation. This week, we also have week number 3 for the 6-figure blueprint. So we're going to have a social media masterclass this Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And you guys don't want to miss this, because it's going to be super in detail, showing you guys the blueprint on social media, what you guys need to do, how you need to do it. And specifically at the end of this presentation, you guys are going to be able to walk away and easily implement everything you guys are going to learn from that class. It's going to be led by Mr. Ashton Elliott, and it's going to be really, really powerful. I've seen his class before, and everybody that does it is blown away. So I highly encourage you guys, if you guys did not watch week number 1 or week number 2, week number 3 is going to be fire. And if you guys do want to access the previous 2 weeks, the recordings, I'm not sending them via email. They're all located in the Think Bigger Mastermind. So if you're not part of the Think Bigger Mastermind on Facebook, make sure that you guys join in, because I did include the first 2 weeks. And every week we're building upon each week, right? So it's really essential that you guys go back and really figure out what happened in the first 2 weeks. But make sure you don't miss this Wednesday at noon, social media masterclass. So this is the weekly market update. This is what happened last week, last 7 days. Look at the numbers, guys. Crazy, crazy, awesome. Active, we have 1,206 in LA. 1177 pending in LA as well. 1,052 closed. The average price is 1.2 million, and 1.2 billion with a B closed in the last 7 days in just LA. Now we look at Orange County. Orange County also 366 actives, 494 pending, closed 594, 30 days average days on the market, $739 million in volume. San Bernardino County, we got 494 actives, 462 pending, 430 closed, and 225 million in volume that was closed in San Bernardino County. Riverside, 563 active, 665 pending, 635 closed, and 449 million volume closed in Riverside County. San Diego, we got another 579 million closed in the last 7 days, active 457, pending 594, and 537 closings in the last 7 days. So if you guys see, the pendings pretty much in every county are higher than the actives. The only one that had more actives was actually LA, and just by a little bit. But every other county, guys, if you guys notice it, is 366 in comparison to 494. 494 to comparing to 462, right? This one's really close as well. So this is an indicator. You guys just want to continue to look at the active and pending ratio, because that's going to give you an indication on where the market is going. I honestly, I mean, if you guys are out there, you guys are doing open houses, you guys are showing properties, you guys understand that we're back into multiple offer situations. We're back into a lot of people going to properties, right? And irrelevant of what the interest rates are doing, irrelevant, right? Which is kind of crazy. So want to make sure that you guys know the numbers. This information is really essential. What I recommend that you guys all do is do a weekly market update for your clients in your county, the area that you serve. Use your MLS, right? If you want to get niche down into a city, you could also do that. Record yourself, put it on social media, and also do an email to all of your customers. Let them know what happened in the last 7 days, because this information is important. If you are the voice box of the industry, people are going to believe that you're the expert that they need to talk to when they want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. So last week expireds, we had 285 homes expire off the market last 7 days. Another great market for you to go after expireds for sale by owners. On average, we do have about 300 to 400 a week, with the exception of the beginning of the month. We do have a higher uptick, almost 1,000 homes expired off the market. So this is another great market, right? Once you know the stats and once you know the information, and still the market is still hot, go after this market. You can call them, text them, obviously, email them. You can get systems like Vulcan 7, Red X. There's a bunch of different ones out there, but you want to get in front of them, right? Don't try to sell them on why they should pick you on the phone. You literally want to get in and out of the conversation as quickly as possible. So what you want to do is let them know, hey, I have an irresistible offer for you. I can guarantee you that I can sell your home in 7 days, or I will sell it for free. Do you have 5 minutes to meet today, right? That's how you want to pitch, expired for sale by owners, get in front of them. And the guarantee offer is going to get you in front of the door. Most people are not going to want to go that route anyways, but this is how teams are scaling their teams and selling thousands and thousands and thousands of homes. If I was, just listing properties, this is exactly what I would do every single day. So the EXP stock, our market cap is over $2 billion. Congratulations, shareholders. We're at $13.09 as far as our stock. So our stock has continuously been going up. We're leading the industry, guys. I mean, we're approaching 88,000 agents, and our valuation is the most valuable real estate company in the industry in comparison to the size. I don't know if you guys saw my social media this week, but I actually posted this on Facebook and Instagram. This caused shockwaves in the industry. I had so many people that were, calling me, and some people that were like, wait a minute, what do you mean Compass lost 150 million in the quarter one? That can't be. That has to be like year over year. No, quarter number one, 3 months, Compass lost $150 million, guys. This is serious. I mean, I literally pulled it up on their, I actually had to do a double take. I had to go to their website. I had to go to Inman, and I was like, wait, did they, because somebody questioned me and said dude, I don't think it's 150 million. Yes, it's $150 million in losses just in Compass. Anywhere Real Estate. If you guys don't know what Anywhere Real Estate, they used to be called Realogy before. They own Century 21. They own about 22 different companies, $140 million in losses. right? 140 million, guys. Now we got also Douglas Elliman, right? $17 million in losses. Fathom, we had $10 million in losses. Real, right, which is another replicate model of EXP, they lost 7.4 million in losses. Remax, they lost them $700,000. And look at the only plus sign in the entire chart, EXP Realty. Guys, we are at the right place. Yes, that's right, Mr. Louis flexing it. Yep, exactly. We are at the right brokerage, guys. I mean, if you start to think about which model is going to sustain, right? Things, yes, market's moving, stuff is happening, but if your infrastructure, if your model is having losses like most of these brokerages, I would be kind of worried about it. So I am extremely grateful and excited that Glenn Sanford created such a genius model. And for the last 9 years, by the way, we've been around for 13 years, but for the last 9 years, our company has been positive every single year. What does that mean? That our model is like that magical sweet spot, right? No matter what happens. And I talked to a lot of my mentors about this, and they've been telling me like, Leo, we've been waiting for a market like this. Why? Because this is when our company is going to really shine. We're going to really show the industry what we've been doing, right? So extremely proud of this. So you guys should be really proud of this because you guys are all included in these numbers, right? But this is huge, right? And for our size, like I said, Compass and Anywhere, right? Anywhere has 300,000 plus agents. They have 20 different brands. That's a huge number. I would be concerned if I was there. So just wanted to show you guys that. Make sure you guys share that across social media. Be proud of where you guys are at. And we're going to be switching gears a little bit here and talking about our mortgage update with Mr. Neil Andrews. Mr. Neil Andrews, are you ready to go, my friend? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I am. Hey, Leo, how's it going?
Let's go. I was like, bro, I'm about to do the morttage update. I don't even know.
I know. You're on fire, man. I appreciate it. I was getting, making sure I got my mute off for a second. So yeah, I appreciate it. That's powerful stuff. Thanks so much for sharing. Just wanted to talk for a minute on kind of what's happening in the market and what's happening on rates. You know, we've been saying for a little bit now, expect for rates to come down. You know, we had May 10th circled on the calendar. Rates, while they have been improving a bit, they have not come down as quick as a lot of people in this industry have anticipated. Why is that? You know, the Fed continues to play this balancing act, you know, where they show their hand on the left and then don't show their hand on the right and vice versa. The last couple of days, if you follow what the Fed speakers have been saying, last couple of days, they really have been verbally putting fear into the market, making comments that possibly there could be another rate hike before the June 14th upcoming meeting. That in itself, you know, even comments like, and I'll quote, he said, based on Bostic said on CNBC this morning, if there's going to be a bias to action, for me, it would be a bias to increase a little further as opposed to starting to do cuts just yet. And just their uncertainty as to some of the market indicated that it looks like it was time for those rate cuts to start coming. Prolonging that out is creating a little uncertainty. If you saw a little bit of bounce back on Friday in the bond market, that's where that's coming from. That does not deviate from where we really see things going. As summer comes on, the CPI index and more data that will be continuing to come out will continue to show that inflation is getting more in line. Current predictions show that inflation that was well over 5%, and at last check this week was at 4.9. A lot of people predicted that CPI report that'll come out. It's for June. It gets released the first week in July. Think it could dip as low as that 3.5 range. So we are very, very bullish on the fact that rates are going to make a big improvement. What does that mean? Continue to help as many sellers as possible. I noticed that the Black Knights home equity trend that came out this week showed that the average person is sitting on $185,000 in tappable equity, which is equity you could pull out from a cash out refinance, which means there's more equity in the home should they sell, because you can't always do 100% cash out. And what's startling is to think these are numbers nationwide, a lot of areas where the price point is much lower, to think people at lower price points are sitting in $185,000 in average of tappable equity, money they could pull out of a cash out. How much more would they receive if they were going to sell? Now, what does that translate to your higher price markets? Like a lot of these areas where we live here in Southern California, those numbers are just, they're incredible. So to think the opportunity of people that are going to want to sell, going to want to rebuy, find replacement properties, maybe their only hindrance has been, I don't want to go from 2.99 to 7%, but as that 7 goes into the 6s, now we're in the 5s. As we start to slip in the low 5s and the 4s, a lot of people are going to be ready to tap into that equity and get that bigger home or move to the area they've been wanting to. And it's going to create a lot more open inventory for these buyers. That having been said, don't wait on that to time to come, because for a lot of our buyers out there, we've got to make sure we continue to educate them that if they're a first-time home buyer, if they want to tap into down payment assistance or programs that are little to no money down, their best time to do it is when there's not as much excitement in the market due to low rates. As rates come down and more buyers into the marketplace, there'll be more offers on every home, driving the price up, meaning appraisals may not hit, meaning people have to come in out of pocket with more money. Hey, people that are selling are going to have no problem. They got the equity. But for those first-time home buyers that want little or no money down, their absolute best bet is with less competition, is with sellers that are more motivated to do concessions. That means right now, as rates continue to dip, their chances of getting in with little or no money down are going to quickly fade away. So keep pushing hard, keep educating our buyers, and don't let them miss out. A lot of first-time home buyers and record numbers, guys, had to sit on the sidelines the last couple of years. And with the proper education, we can get them engaged and help them live the American dream of home ownership. But if they don't know and they think they could just wait till rates drop, they're going to be sorely misunderstood, sorely let down when the rest of the market hits, and they won't have the funds to compete, and they're going to be sitting on the sidelines for the next couple of years. So want to share that, Leo. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Neil. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your energy and information. And guys, contact Neil if you guys are looking for different options. But I mean, based on everything that Neil's saying, guys, this is the sweet spot. You guys want to get your clients into escrow as quickly as possible before they start to pay for, you guys understand what was happening with the market. They were like literally having to waive everything. I mean, it's crazy, right? So right now is the sweet spot. Have them buy, and then they could refinance whenever the rates come down again. But this is definitely the sweet spot. And we are seeing more programs like the ones that you just said. We're seeing more programs with lower down payments. There's actually one program that I'm going to share a little bit later about construction. And if you guys are having a challenge about inventory. So next up, we're going to have a credit update with Mr. Mike Ayala. Mr. Mike, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me, Leo.
For sure, man. Loving the videos out there, bro.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited that that's starting up. It's definitely trying to reach out to the masses, I guess. That's
100%. 100%.
But yeah, so kind of to tie in with what Neil's saying, and basically one thing that I've been noticing a lot is certainly there's no real large outreach on the credit card side of interest rates. So we know the Feds, whether they keep hiking up rates, we're not sure what's going to happen with that if they continue, but it's actually also causing credit card interest rates to be hiked up, and not a significant amount, which most people don't really, it's not a widely advertised thing. You don't see that on the news, like, hey, your credit card interest rates are going to be raised as the Feds keep raising, home loan rates. But it is something to note. And the biggest tip I could give is either if you have a lot of credit card debt, I would suggest getting a 0% balance transfer type credit card. And there's a lot of different banks that offer those type of credit card programs, whether they're 12 months or 15 months, whatever the introductory 0% rate is. But there's like Citi, there's Discover, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and basically what you can do to try to get ahead of that and not be paying all that extra interest is get one of those cards and transfer all your debt that you have onto one of those cards. And that way you can kind of really focus on paying down that principal so that you can get ahead of the curve and not just continually keep yourself in debt by paying those high interest rates. And the other thing you could do as well is get a business credit card. If you have a business open, get a business credit card, so then you could transfer all that personal debt over to the business side, and then that way it won't be reported at all on your personal report, and then your usage will drop down to 0%, which usage, as some people might know, is plays a big factor. It's about 30% of your score, and so by dropping that from, say, maxed out down to 0% usage, you're going to hike up your scores on your credit report. So that's definitely a way to kind of beat the high interest rates that are happening right now if you have a lot of debt.
Cool, man. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mike. And if you guys don't know Mike, guys, he's with 5 Diamond Credit. He's one of the best credit repair specialists that I know. So, one of the things you guys should not be doing is turning down clients just because maybe their credit is not there, guys. Mike is going to be your secret weapon. Make sure that if they have their income, they have a desire to buy, guys. Mike can really help them out and get their credit squeaky clean. I have seen it, right? I had a personal inquiry that hit my credit like not even 3 weeks ago, and it dinged me like 90 points. And this guy, like within less than 3 weeks, removed it, right? So reach out to Mike, make sure that you guys connect with him. He's going to help you guys to put more deals together. So we're going to go now to Centerstone with Juliet Kim. We're going to do a quick escrow update. How you doing, Juliet?
I'm good. Good morning, everyone. Leo, thank you for having me on today. Hope everyone had a great Mother's Day weekend. I wanted to share my experience with what I see on a daily basis working on the escrow files. One thing that would tremendously help your escrow run as smooth as possible would be to provide the requested documents as soon as possible. One document, for example, is the borrower's authorization form. This form is required by the lender or the lien holder when ordering payoff demands for liens on the property. We need that borrower's authorization form provided to us on a timely manner because some of these liens have turnaround times that are very lengthy. It could be 5 to 10 days, and we want to avoid as much delay as possible. By obtaining this form on a timely manner, the escrow and lien related process can proceed without unnecessary delays. This helps maintain the transaction's momentum and reduces the risk of complications and allows all parties involved to meet their obligations with the agreed upon time frame.
Awesome. Thank you, Juliet. I really appreciate the update. And guys, if you guys are looking for a great escrow company, reach out to Juliet. They have a really powerful, awesome team out there. So we're going to now be moving. And actually, I have a conversation called the Law of the Lid. I'm actually going to get into that conversation here shortly, but I wanted to pause really quick and just tell you guys about this product. If you guys are having a challenge, right, getting inventory, right? A lot of people are complaining about inventory. There's a new program that was just rolled out that's going to give you guys the ability to create inventory, literally. Most of the time when you have somebody that either wants to sell a vacant parcel or they're sitting on a vacant parcel, most of the time, people have to buy them cash. And they have to go and, get money, with a construction loan. And US Bank typically is the only one that I had seen that was actually doing financing for like a ground up construction. New American Funding, I was actually doing a presentation with them. New American Funding just rolled out a program. Get this. You can have a client build up a home from the ground up, everything including, I'm talking about utilities, architecture, everything included, with zero down, no money out of pocket, right? So if you know somebody that has a vacant lot or that wants to buy a vacant lot and they want to build their own dream home, you can get them into their dream home and build it all up from the ground up with zero down. This is for a VA, but next best is 3.5% down with FHA. So you're going to be able to use the same loan products that you would use for VA or FHA and get them to build their own dream home. So this is a new program that was just rolled out. And if I was you guys, I would be doing a video and saying, hey, are you guys having a challenge finding the right home? I have a new product where I can help you to build your home from the ground up with zero down or 3.5% down. and watch the inquiries come in via social media, right? Make sure you shout that out at the top of your lungs. 660 credit score, that's all that's needed. And everything else is going to be the same. All you need is an architecture, you need a contractor, and basically they're going to roll out the money in about 6 different phases. I learned all about the program. So if you guys have any clients with that kind of scenario, make sure you guys reach out and I'll give you guys the information. But I just wanted to share that because I thought it was really powerful. You guys want to shout that program out at the top of your lungs because this is going to help you to solve the issue about inventory. Also, it's a really good call, right? We all know that we should be calling our buyers and sellers and following up with them. What if you just call them up? Hey, I got a new product. Do you have a vacant home? Do you know someone that has a vacant lot, but they don't have the money to build it? Well, guess what? Now they can build it with 0 down, 3.5% down. Literally, you can help somebody to create a new property and create some income. It does have to be owner occupied, but there's no restrictions as how fast you can sell it. So you can technically finish the home and then sell it after if you want. There's no restrictions on it. So reach out to me if you guys have any questions about that. So next conversation I'm going to talk to you guys about, it's called the law of the lid. Law of the lid. And I first heard this term from John Maxwell. He has a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I first heard it from John Maxwell. And I was really inspired by it when I heard about it. But it doesn't just only apply for leadership, it applies for production and it applies for what's possible in your life, right? You are a direct reflection of the 5 people that are in your life. So the law of the lid really gets you present to the fact that, hey, if you're achieving a certain level of production, right? Let's just say you're doing 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 transactions. You have a lid of what is possible. So knowing, let's just say that you have all your friends are doing the same production. Well, it's not surprising to me that your production is the same. So if you want to increase your production, you got to be around other people that are doing way beyond what you're doing to help you to push yourself out of your comfort zone, to raise your lid, right? Because we all have a lid. This is why I am so passionate about surrounding myself with people that are doing way better than I am. When I see somebody that's doing way better than I am, I get inspired. I want to do more. I want to like, hey, learn from them, right? Just be in proximity of somebody like that, because just by being around their energy, you are literally being changed, because the law of proximity, which is also goes in correlation with the law of the lid. I'm going to play for you guys a quick video that I thought it was really, it kind of encapsulates this message, guys. So I'm going to play a quick little YouTube video. It's only like 60 seconds. So bear with me as I have this being pulled up here, but I thought this was on point. So let me just disconnect my, whoa. Okay. So let me skip this advertisements. Give me 1 second here. Boom, there it is.
Training fleas requires a glass jar with a lid.
Can you guys hear this?
The fleas are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed.
Hold on a second here. So basically this guy's putting like a bunch of fleas inside of a jar. Give me a second here. Let me just go back.
And fleas requires a glass jar with a lid. The fleas are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behavior is now set for the rest of their lives. And when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
All right, cool. I wanted to play that quick little 60-second video. So hope you guys saw that. But basically the guy put a bunch of fleas inside of this jar. And as he posted it, he put the lid on this jar. And within 3 days, he removed the lid and the fleas didn't jump higher than the lid. They were jumping like that. And then when they obviously recreated, they built a family and everything, everybody else in their little family dynamic wasn't able to jump higher than that lid, right? And obviously they have an opportunity to jump way higher than that. I think like 10 times higher than that. So I wanted to show you guys that demonstration that you are the lid that you may not even be conscious about it. The lid that you have around your life, around your finances, around your business, around what's possible, it may not have been placed by you. You guys, I mean, I'm first generation here, right? I'm first generation. My dad came over here to the States when he was 14 years old, right? So we're brand new to this country. We don't know what's possible, right? And they're coming with their habits and their mindset and what they learned, you know, God bless their soul, with what they learned in the past. So these limits, if you are not developing yourself constantly, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be hitting that lid over and over and over. And that's what you believe that is the maximum that you can go. So I'm speaking directly to the individuals that may have been at a certain position where, hey, you know what? I've been doing the same thing every single year. And no matter what I do, I just can't feel, I can't get to the next level. I want to have you think about this, that the leadership lid, the possibility lid around what is possible for you might be just, you might just be hitting that lid every single time, guys. So how do you increase the lid? You're going to want to read books. You're going to want to go to seminars. You're going to be around people that are doing way more than you. And you have to be in environments that are uncomfortable, right? You have to be in environments that are uncomfortable. If you're in an environment that is very comfortable because that's what you're used to, then you're going to be creating the same results every single year. If you really want to get to the next level, guys, you have to be uncomfortable. You got to invest in yourself. You got to go to seminars. This is like, for example, right? What if it's an income? Like if we're talking about income, right? Well, let's just say it's $1 million. Let's say $1 million is a lid for your year. But what if you hang out with people that are making $1 million a month? And what if you hang around with people that are making $1 million a week? And what if you hang around with people that are making $1 million a day? That's one of the things. Once you are around other people that you have access to, that you can speak with them forever, your mindset is disrupted. And it's going to be like, wait a minute, if that person could do it, I could do it too. That's the one thing you guys really want to do. And that's what, you know, I'm following people that are literally making $1 million a day. I'm following people that are making $1 million a month. I'm following people that are making $1 million a week. And I am seeing, how do they think? How do they act? How do they walk? What kind of activities do they do? Where do they hang out? Who are the people that they're surrounding themselves with? What kind of books are they reading, right? That's the law of the lid. So I want you guys to really become inquisitive about, number one, your environment. Who are the 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with the most, right? Be really intentional about that. Number 2, what kind of books are you reading? Number 3, when is the last seminar that you went to, right? I am constantly going to seminars. Not because I have to sit my butt in that chair, you know, for 7 days, because I am so obsessed about learning and becoming the best version of myself. And I don't even know what I'm capable of. And that's how you got to think about yourself. You guys are unlimited. Your potential is beyond anything you could possibly imagine, but you want to put yourself in a situation where you're being pulled and stretched and uncomfortable. That's the way that you're going to be able to grow. The conversation that I'm having, right, I'm talking about, obviously, the law of the lid. I first learned about the law of the lid from John Maxwell, and interesting enough, I'm going to recommend that book, right? That's the book of the week, guys. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, right? So these are the top 10 ideas for the book, by the way. The law of the lid, which we just spoke about. The law of influence, right? True leadership is not about titles or positions, but rather the ability to positively influence others. That's the true law of influence. The law of process, the law of navigation, the law of addition, the law of empowerment, the law of sacrifice, the law of priorities, the law of intuition, the law of legacy, right? Those are the top 10 ideas from this book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So I highly recommend that you guys read this book, but this is where I got the concept of the law of the lid. Really great book. Pick that up, Audible, you know, read it. And these are the ideas that I have for you guys this week, which are, you know, very repetitive. You got to have a powerful morning routine, guys. You guys got to wake up early. right? Do things again that are out of the ordinary, right? You can't just roll out of bed and get to what you want to do. You got to be intentional. You got to feed your mind, move, right? Do some sort of workout, walk your dog, do whatever, but just move your body so you can have some blood flow. Visualize, right? I want you to envision your future, right? Because if you're not envisioning your future, guys, you're going to be repeating the past. That's what typically happens. I talk to a lot of people, they create the same results every single year, and they do the same things every single day. But for some mysterious reason, they hope for their future to be different. But their actions are exactly the same. How is that going to happen, guys? Hope is not a strategy. You got to visualize your future. You got to take new actions, and you got to do new things if you want new results. Plug into trainings, share your goals, right? Create accountability, guys. Put your butt on the line and tell people what you're going to do. Tell people your goals, but this is the key. Tell people your goals that also have goals themselves. If you tell people your goals that have no goals, they're going to talk you out of it. Because again, they have a lid too, right? So you got to talk to people with no lids. That's the key. Share your goals with people with no lids. And then prospect, right? Prospect is the oxygen of your business, guys. Right now, it's non-negotiable. That has not, like, you know, a lot of people, because the market was very easy for a while, prospecting was negotiable. Prospecting is not negotiable. It's like oxygen to your lungs right now to be alive. Build relationships, add value, use your social media, use your CRMs, KV Core, do something that's going to automate a lot of your tasks, right? I have a rule for myself. If I have to repeat one thing, if I have to repeat it more than once, I create a system and I use technology to leverage. I would not be able to do what I do if I was doing it all myself. There's no possible way. You have to create leverage and you have to use technology. So get clear, if you haven't done so already, what are you going to create this week? How many listings? How many open escrows? How many closings? How many agents are you going to attract, right? If that's part of your vision, right? But get clear, write it down, have it in front of you. And who I am is the possibility of being resourceful and powerful. Those are the two words that I'm picking for myself, because I really believe that words create world, right, guys? Also, be intentional about the words that you use, because words mean what they say. I see a lot of people using you know, quote unquote bad words for their business, and they're not aware, right? But I think that every single word that you're using is opening up a new door. So just be mindful of the words that you're using. And thank you so much for being here. That has been the Power Up and Market Update for May 15th. Thank you so much for your time, for your listening. This has been recorded. It's going to be sent out via email. Also, if you guys have any questions, obviously feel free to reach out. But thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Let's create a great day. And no limits, no lid, no lid, no lid, guys. No lid. Let's keep growing. Let's keep expanding.